Bakr, Umar, Usman wa Ali, wala Bakr Sabit Tabin, Ridwanullah Ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. Ya ayyuhal mu'minul hazirun, ittaqullah Ta'ala, wa ta'inna Allah ma'alladhina taqwalladhina hum muhsinun. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil anbiya mursalin, Sayyidina Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who is the first, the last, the manifest, the hidden, the one who has might and power over all things. All praises are due to He who took His servant by night from Masjidul Haram to Masjidul Aqsa, whose surroundings we have blessed to show Him of our signs. Indeed, He is the all-hearing, all-seeing. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. And may all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of creation, the Imam of the prophets, the Master of the messengers, the intercessor of the Day of Judgment, the helper of the Ummah, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasalam, and upon his noble family and blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafa Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, we are still in the month of RabiulAwwal, the month of the Mawlid al-Nabi, the time when the light of the Holy Prophet ﷺ spread throughout the whole world, taking the darkness of kufr away from east to west. So many Muslims, so many Ahlul Sunnah Muslims are still having majlis of Mawlid, singing and celebrating, making du'as in these gatherings, saying, let us to become Ashq Rasul, let us to die in Medina, let us to visit the Green Dome. And so many in their hearts are in reality making the dua, let me make more money, let me get a bigger house, let my business to do better for the sake of the Mawlid. Who is praying for the Ummah anymore? Who is worrying about the Ummah? Where are those ones who are continuing the dua of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, Ummati, Ummati? Where are those ones who are claiming that they are representing the Holy Prophet ﷺ? Muslims, we have reached to a station of humiliation. A humiliation that has not been in 1,400 years of Islam. Even after the Mongols destroyed Baghdad, we did not reach to this state of humiliation. Even after the Spanish took Andalusia, we did not reach this state of disgrace. Even after the Crusaders spread across the lands of Islam, we did not reach this low station. And so many are looking today saying, the President of America has recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. They are being made to become crazy, running in the streets, burning and being wild animals. What are you running for? What has changed? Quds has been in the hands of the enemies for over 50 years. Masjid al-Aqsa has been controlled by the enemies of the Holy Prophet ﷺ for half a century. Where were you? For 50 years, the Muslims, they have been running in the streets, or they have forgotten. Why now? Why now, especially in the time of the anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Everybody is reacting emotionally. Worse than animals. Nobody is sitting down to examine and to look and to think, what happened that made us to get here? Nothing happens without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do we get to this point that the nation of His most beloved one is being put under the heel boots of the enemies of Islam? What have we done that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is punishing us like this? But so many, they don't want to look back in the pages of history. So many, they are running to establish colleges, universities, madrasas. They are running to have conferences. But nobody is making anyone to look back to how we were, what happened to us. Because looking back in the pages of history, we are just going to see their own pictures, looking back at them under the title of tyrants and supporters of the tyrants, betrayers to Allah and His Prophet. Who is saying this? Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim Hakkani is saying this. He, may Allah raise his station, is saying the Sultan of the Ottomans will come, whether they like it or not. Grass is different. A great old sycamore tree, it is different. The Ottoman Sultan must come, for sure. They are waiting too. The Palestinians know this, but they don't say. When the British came, who applauded them first were the Palestinians, because the Ottomans, they left. This trouble came on them. Ask them for me. When that general was entering from the city wall, they applauded him. The people of Quds applauded the British because the Ottomans left and they came. The Ottomans ruled and watched over it for 500 years. There are pictures of it in the history books. You may look into it. The British enter on horseback, the general, and they clapped for him. Take these troubles now. It turned into a knot that cannot be untied. The Palestinians never find any comfort because of this. They were ungrateful to the Ottomans. They welcomed and applauded the British. So take it now. There are history books in front of me which show they were clapping when the British were entering. On the Ottomans, they left. And the words of the friends of Allah, they speak the truth. Rasulullah ﷺ is saying, speak the truth, even if it is bitter. This is a bitter truth. This is a truth that almost all of the Muslim world, we are guilty of at that time. And we are still guilty of it if we don't understand the mistake that we did. This is a truth that should make Muslims to cry. This is the first truth that the Ummati Muhammad must accept and make tawbah for it before they are going to move forward of that betrayal that they have made to Allah and His Prophet and to those that are rightly guided. And that truth is that we betrayed the Khalifah. The truth is that the Ottomans were betrayed in Quds. The truth is that the Ottomans were betrayed in the Hijaz. The truth is that the Ottomans were betrayed in Yemen. The truth is that the Khilafat, the Khalifah, was left alone in Çanakkale. Yes, when the British entered into Quds, the Palestinians, they were applauding them. Yes, when the British entered, Muslim troops from Hind entered with them. Yes, when the British General Allenby entered Quds, he declared, kicking the tomb of Salahuddin Ayyubi, he is declaring the Crusades are now complete. So where are the voices that are screaming for the past couple of days? This had happened over 50 years. Where were those voices at that time? When the Crusaders, who were claiming that they were kicking the tomb of Salahuddin Ayyubi. Where were we? Why are we screaming now? But the Muslims, they were not screaming. They stood up and they clapped for the enemies of Islam to enter. They clapped for betraying the Khalifa. They applauded at their own betrayal of the representative of the Rasulullah, the shadow of Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words are a proof, saying, Surah Al-Anfal, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, O you who believe, do not betray Allah and the Messenger, or betray your trusts when you know the consequence. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Muslims can try every solution, but until we realize that all of these disasters are falling on our heads because of our fault, our betrayal, nothing will work. Don't blame the others. Don't blame the enemies of Islam. They are doing their job. We are not doing our job. The Muslims, they tried everything except Islam. They tried communism. It didn't work. They tried democracy, it didn't work. They tried peaceful activism, it didn't work. They tried violence, it didn't work. And none of it is going to work because none of it is Islam. None of it is the path of the Rasulullah ﷺ. Nothing will work until the Ummah stands up and says, we are begging forgiveness for our betrayal. We are asking for the Khalifah to come back. Send us the Khalifah, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rasulullah. As our Shaykh is saying, people are paying the price. Nations are paying the price. And still, they are not waking up. Now, from Afghanistan to Iraq, from Indonesia to Malaysia, from the Philippines to Kudus, from Africa to Morocco, from Bosnia to Chechenistan, everywhere, it's burning. People are paying the price. People are paying the price of uprising against the Sultan. Nothing else. Nothing else. Allah's mercy is always opening, and He is sending other people to call people to the right way. They are not waking up. Don't wake. Other ones are coming. Never is it going to become easier. Allah is not going to give in. We are going to give in. And how are we going to give in to Allah? We must run to the one who has given the mercy to all of creation. We must run to the Holy Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we did not send any messenger except to be obeyed by permission of Allah. And if, when they wronged themselves, they had come to you, Ya Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, and asked forgiveness of Allah, and the messenger had asked forgiveness for them, they would have found Allah accepting of repentance and merciful. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. What is the ayat saying? Allah will accept people's repentance and forgiveness if they come through the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Who is saying in these thousands of Mawlid gatherings, forgive us, Ya Rasulullah. Forgive us for betraying your Khalifah. Forgive us for betraying your grandchildren. Forgive us for betraying your amanat. Forgive us for betraying your ummat. O Muslim leaders, O kings and presidents and prime ministers, O you who have power and wealth, where are you to beg for the forgiveness of Sayyidina al-Awwalil wal-Akhirin? O you who consume the wealth of the Muslims while your brothers and sisters are dying every day, where are you to call out to Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam? O scholars who are supporting tyrants, where are your tongues? O sheikhs filled of sugar when it comes time to speak the truth? We fell in love with this dunya. We started to trust this dunya. And this love of dunya, it destroyed us. That hero of Islam who rescued Quds, Salahuddin Ayyubi, may Allah be pleased with him. He warned then people, he warned us, saying, if you want to live like an honored nation, then do not forget your traditions. A Muslim is not attracted to luxury. Your wealth is your character and your faith. Sons of the Ummah, guard your character. Keep yourself in control. Keep your eyes not on today but on tomorrow, because the eyes of your enemy are on the tomorrow of your religion. You've seen what the enemies are doing today. If you occupy yourselves with heedlessness and luxury, then the Ummah will be weakened. Do not let your emotions overtake you. Avoid temptation. Keep yourself in control. Precaution is a must. First organize yourselves, then form a leadership. And he was telling us what will happen if the Khilafat should fall. He said, there are no borders for the empire of Islam. The day you and this glorious religion of Islam are restricted to borders, that day you should know that you will be imprisoned in your own dungeon, then your boundaries will shrink. Take your eyes further than the Roman Sea. O Muslims, we are crying because of a disaster that we have brought on ourselves. A disaster that came from falling in love with dunya and betraying akhirat. A disaster that came from falling in love with the lifestyle of the unbelievers and betraying the sunnat of the Rasulullah ﷺ. A disaster that came from falling in love with the education of our enemies and abandoning the friends of Allah. The only way to turn back is to fall into sajda and ask for forgiveness, to ask them for forgiveness first. If we do that, then we can stand up again. If we do that and run back to Islam, then we can regain our honor. Then the help of Allah will come. As our Shaykh is saying, pull ourselves away and keep your honor. The honor comes with Islam. Anyone who drops Islam lost their honor. They lost their honor in the divine presence. People may give votes to them. Today they may make them the presidents, and the next day they will bring them to hang them. This world has seen that all the time, and is always seeing. We must escape from this world, from dunya to Mawla. That is the direction that the believer must turn to. The believer must know, I am reaching to Maghrib time, but I don't know if I'm going to reach to Fajr time. That's how a believer must prepare himself. And he should be saying, Ya Rabbi, if it is good for me to die, then take my life clean. If it is good for me to stay, then keep me in this life. Everything is under the protection of Allah. We cannot protect anything. We cannot protect even our own selves. He is the protector. We must turn back to Him, and we must insure ourselves with that. If we don't insure ourselves with that, then you can insure yourself with the whole world's insurance companies, but they cannot reach to you. Impossible. They cannot reach to you. Impossible. If we insure ourselves with Allah and His Prophet, if we insure ourselves with Allah, His Prophet ﷺ, and His beloved ones, then we have found safety in this world and in the hereafter. If we don't, then live as you like. If these words are not suiting you, then leave them here. I will take them to myself. Live as you like. You are entering to your own grave by yourself, and they are closing that grave with you in it by yourself. Whatever you are sending there, that's what you're going to find. If you are sending your egoistic actions and desires into that grave, then that's what you're going to find. Or as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you are fighting against your ego. When you make that ego the mutma'in ego that is pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is pleased with that ego, enter to my paradise. If you are looking for that, then this sohbat, this association is for you. If you are looking for this world, the benefits of this world, then you have nothing to gain here. Don't spend your time here. Please go out quickly and run after this world, because you don't have too much time also. Those who are running after this world don't have too much time. Those who are running for Mawla have great days waiting for them. It's not only what is coming with Mahdi alayhi salam, but what he is bringing after too. Anyone who has tyranny in their hearts, some way, somehow, to any one of us, to any one of them, or to someone at all, anyone who has tyranny in their hearts should prepare themselves for that punishment. Turn yourself, saying, Ya Rabbi, I am asking help and support from you against this tyranny that is inside of me. Clean me from that. Then you will be counted in the book as the people of Mahdi alayhi salam, and you will be among those that the Holy Prophet alayhi salam praised, and he's giving salams, saying to his Sahaba, I cannot wait to meet my brothers in the judgment day. They said, Ya Rasulullah, aren't we your brothers? He said, no, you are my companions. My brothers are those who are going to come in the Akhir Zaman. Everywhere, everything is going to be for their ego, but they're going to leave that way and they're going to run. They're going to hold on tightly to my traditions. Those are my brothers. And he said to them, I'm giving them salams in front of you. Holy Prophet ﷺ is sending salams to us. Whoever is coming until the end of times. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Ya Rasulullah. We are sending salams back to him, endless salams. We are asking our Lord, for the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, to forgive us. We are asking him to let us to regain the honor of Islam. We're asking to be with those who are carrying the flag of Islam. We're asking to be with our Shaykh, to be with him in the time of Mahdi alayhi salam. Amen. Astaghfirullah, 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 la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح إن دين عند الله الإسلام قام الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قام الصلاة قد قام الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله